being deep down from the country, I'm a country guy. And when you ride horses, you're going to get knocked off of them, believe it or not. And you learn. But the best thing to do is to get back on it, right? And a lot of times you can relate that to football or to riding a bike or what have you. You're going to fall off the bike, right? The name of the game is to get back on the bike and continue to try to ride. Now, there are situations that there are training wheels, right? And when you are riding a horse, there are situations where you learn, right? You learn whether or not that horse is it a gilded horse? Is it a stallion? You learn those type of things, and you have to make the necessary adjustments. What I'm trying to say, Cowboy Nation, Dallas Cowboys made the right and necessary adjustment. They put Dak Prescott back out there to see and to make him get back out there on the bike or on the horse so that he can perform this weekend. Last weekend, yes, I get it. Didn't have his best performance. And we can also circumvent that with this right here, Cowboy Nation. The practice that week wasn't his best, right? We heard storylines of CD rolling his ankle. Oh, excuse me. You understand this right here that Amari Cooper been battling through that hamstring situation. So if you couple all of that together, I mean, those guys were not going to be on the same page. And you sprinkle the fact that Jarwin is not there, and you just had Schultz. Oh, Schultz was the leading receiver in the last game because he practiced and there was nothing wrong with him. So, and we can go back and forth with the musical chairs with the offensive line and these sorts of things. But this week, everything should be fluid. On top of that, we're waiting for practice news to hit today and tomorrow, what have you. But majority of those players will be back out there on the field and developing that continuity and rapport. I like what I heard from Marcellus Wiley versus Emmanuel Acho. Let's listen to some of their audio, and we grab some more details of what he had to say to Emmanuel Acho, which is really good.
Pass rate. Come on, man. Don't do this to Dak. Don't act like any team or any individual doesn't have hiccups. Let's talk about this, because sometimes we got to get out the forest, I understand, to see the trees. Did the Bucs lose to the Saints? Remember that? Mm-hmm. Okay. Did the Ravens lose to the Bengals? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Did the Titans lose to the Jets? Sure. Did the Bills lose to the Jags? Did the Packers lose to the Saints? Did the Rams just lose to the Titans without Derrick Henry? It happens to a team, and it happens to individuals. We can see horrible performances. Aaron Rodgers, week 1. You said that his passer rating would have been higher if he went out there and just threw the ball in the dirt every single play. Mm-hmm. How Aaron Rodgers performed after that. Same way with Dak Prescott. You know what you're doing? Because of your self-hate, you hate Dallas. And you hate Dallas so much it makes you hate yourself because you're from Dallas. So then all your takes about Dallas are hate. And here's the thing. You're throwing a big D on it. Throw some D on that. That's what you're doing right here. Everything in Dallas gets exaggerated. Everything in Dallas ends with an exclamation point instead of the period and proper punctuation. This is a loss. This is a horrible loss. Mm-hmm. This is a bad timing loss because of the injury to Dak Prescott. All of the conversation, should he play or not play? And then you did what every analyst does on Monday. You armchair quarterback. He didn't even look like Dak. Yeah, after you see the performance, it's easy to say that. Of course. You can't say that in the moment, and you didn't, because I watched your Twitter timeline. You didn't say anything like that.
I was on an airplane.
With that being said, Cowboy Nation, shout out to Marcellus Wiley, Cowboy Nation. The Atlanta Falcons, 28 ranked defense. On paper, 28 ranked. Is this a team that got their backs against the wall? Yeah, they just come off of a win themselves, and normally you don't get a chance to see back-to-back same test, right? This is exactly that same situation. Back-to-back same test. Same test. 4-14 coming off of a win. They just beat the Saints. Oh, for references, the Saints just beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's an any given Sunday. So it's back-to-back same type of test that the Dallas Cowboys got to face a team that they supposedly be better than on paper. But we know it's an any given Sunday. Matt Ryan, he probably have an axe to grind with Dan Quinn. I heard that a third of the Atlanta Falcons players didn't like Dan Quinn not getting them over the hump after the Super Bowl loss, right? So all of those things, and I don't know how many players still on that team, but Grady Jarrett, he probably licking his chops saying, okay, that offensive front, let me see what I can do. They're going to line him up over Connor Williams, right? It's a situation that they looking for revenge, right? Last year, the Dallas Cowboys with the watermelon kick. Now, we already know that we have issues and situations with our kicker now, whether or not we're going to bring in Brett, whether or not we're going to start Lyram. All of those things plays a pivotal role in a game, believe it or not. Now, the Atlanta Falcons, do they have the ability to run the rock like the previous team? No, they don't have that. But we've seen situations where everybody's going to try to give the Dallas Cowboys their best output, regardless of the situation. What we got to do is take control of the moment. Now, I know a third of the Cowboys fan base don't like us being aggressive, right? Or didn't like the outcome of being aggressive. But when I did the poll, everybody that was watching the video was like, yeah, 4th and 1, go for it. 4th and 1, go for it. All we can do is just get better. When the playoff time comes, we would know, okay, these are the set of plays that can work. These are the situations that we can make things jump, baby. But we got to at least get this thing going in this fashion now. We're 6-2. If I was an alien from outer planet and this was my first week and somebody broke down football to me, I would literally think that the Dallas Cowboys are 2-6, right? Because everybody panicking and worried. Oh my goodness. But we're 6-2 with the possibility to be 7-2. That should be on the mindset, one day at a time, one game at a time, right? Rain Dakota Prescott, if anybody know this kid, shoot, after a horrible game, shoot, he's inside the playbook. He's going over everything. This should be one of his games. And if anybody know the storyline of C Dangerous, or CD Lamb, shout out to my guy, the lunatic. But if anybody know his story, you'll know that he buried himself inside the playbook, sitting there saying, okay, it was on me. I dropped the ball. Oh, it was on me. I didn't find the ball or track the ball in the air, although Dak Prescott overthrew it by a mile, right? Oh, excuse me, Michael Gallup. He said, hey, it's not about the contract year. I just want to get out there on the field. Don't you guys know? We got solid assassins over here with all of the wide receiver core. Marvin Cooper, Gallup, and CD Lamb. So it's about to be a situation where these boys will put Dallas back on their back and they're going to roll their sleeves up and say, hey, let's get it. Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott, with those knee contusions or what have you, he's ready for it. Cowboy Nation. But shout out to the Atlanta Falcons. Shout out to them. Oh, by the way, our special team unit increased. On paper, we made it all the way down to the 11th rank. At one point in time, we was the 28th, 25th ranked special teams. Special teams been quietly improving, by the way. So shout out to Bone Fossil. We just got to be aware and understand that, hey, when we block a punt, if it goes beyond the LOS, don't touch it. But if you can't touch it, make sure you run with it. Just a little small thing. Just the little things. But the Dallas Cowboys, we will be prepared this week. All of the hoopla and all of the noise, and then especially the 4-letter, 3-letter network. They had their fun for this week. Now it's a new journey. Post me your thoughts, post me your concerns down below. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, You're listening to nothing but the best. Go Cowboys.